Hey there, everyone. Welcome to episode 327 of the Building and Public series. Today is our Friday update, and yeah, got a pretty interesting update for you guys today for Friday. It started very weird. Around about 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning, uh, Cloudflare, for whatever reason, decided that all Shopify websites aren't going to work, which was pretty wild. So I had some clients messaging me about that, phone me about that, and just asking why is the site down, what's going on, blah blah blah. And yeah, it's really interesting because usually when websites go down, I'll get a notification straight away, almost like a red alert, like get this fixed, get this sorted. But yeah, because obviously Cloudflare was the main problem, and a bunch of websites were having issues. There was literally nothing I could do around it, and we just sort of waited for that. And then, yeah, honestly, other than that, we didn't really get up to much in the morning after that. We had some meetings to attend to and everything like that. And then basically, we spent most of the afternoon doing this. So, what this is the guys over at Peaky Blinds have essentially a product page here called a made to measure roller blind. And in this product page, they have an instant quote form, they have a width drop and an installation section, and then they have this fabric collection thing here. And it's really interesting because this is actually built from um, lovable.dev, which is something that I've been literally religiously uh, on for the last probably 2 weeks. And it's really interesting because I use Lovable to build concepts for websites and design things just to show the clients how it's going to work. And you can see here, this is the Lovable example, and this is our current example that we've got. And you can see it basically takes inspiration from it. Now, I may go back to the drawing board and design it a bit more like this. Like, to give you an example, this instant quote form looks a bit better than this one at the moment. You know what I mean? And what it does that's really cool is we've now integrated this part into it where you can choose fabrics, you can run with that and everything. And yeah, pretty much the way it works, it's really interesting. Now, not to get too in depth with it, but essentially what it is we have a WooCommerce product, and that product doesn't have any stock assigned to it, doesn't have any variations. It's one single product, which is a made to measure roller blind, and that roller blind has a ton of variations. Now, in this case, they have 549 different fabrics just for that one product, which means there are technically 549 different variations, right? So, my main issue with this current setup was all that we had before with this was we literally had the instant quote form and we had maybe one or two swatches. Now, my problem was I needed to figure out how to differentiate and how to filter these different colors and the types and the collections and features and everything. And I needed to figure out a way to showcase all these fabrics for users. And what we ended up doing was, and this is what today was spent on, and this is why it sort of took so long, was we basically had a setup or like an architecture where we were trying to call different functions or like different. We were trying to make different things do the same thing, if that makes sense. So let me try and break it down for you and make make it make sense. Essentially, this filtering section here was um, one piece of code. This instant quote here was one piece of code. These swatches here were one piece of code, and it was all just sort of messy. So what we did was we made the filtering and the swatches one piece of code, and we made the instant quote form another piece of code, and basically they just talk to each other. And essentially, now that we've figured out that framework, we can build out the rest of the site, and we can build out the structure for all the other types of products that are out there. So Venetian blinds, vertical blinds, obviously roller blinds we're about to finish, and then so on, right? And yeah, it leaves us in a pretty good position because we can actively make progress on this site now. And the plan of attack is pretty simple. We're going to finish off the rest of the structure of the site next week. So we're going to finish off the Venetian blinds, the verticals, and so on, because we've got to do some data entry, got to get that moving. And then that website should be done before long, because we've got to set up the contact page, the appointments page, about, so on and so on. And then, yeah, that'll be good to go, which then leaves us open for some other websites that we've got to finish. So we still have a busy few weeks ahead anyway, but we're hoping next week we can get things done. And the reason I say next week is because tomorrow we're actually quite busy. So this setup is going to completely change. Obviously, over the past few weeks, you guys would have seen that I've had this new chair. But from tomorrow onwards, I'm going to be having a new desk. So I'm going to have a standing desk and hopefully a bit of a bigger desk. I haven't actually seen what it'll look like yet. But yeah, we're going to go get that set up tomorrow, and then I can come back in and hopefully, yeah, speak to you guys in a new video with the standing desk setup. So yeah, going to be doing that tomorrow, and then who knows what's going to happen Sunday. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated as the day goes on. But thank you very much for taking the time to watch today's episode, and I'll see you tomorrow for episode 328. Cheers. Bye for now.